Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome. My name is Nori. I'm coming to you live from the digital engineering server. This is modded Minecraft Valhelsia 3. And this is our mess. Welcome. It is Friday night. It is community night again. We kind of take a look around, talk about what's been going on the server. And we talk about upcoming plans. So I think, unfortunately, I think this is probably going to be our last community night here on the Valhelsia Minecraft server. There's not been a whole lot of activities. There's not really anything to take anybody around to see. There's not been any new developments or any recent changes. And other than the work we did at the Wellness and Success Center to put in new train tracks, that's been about it. So if you saw last Saturday's stream, then you're about as up to date as you possibly can get at this point. Unfortunately, it does. It's a bit of a bummer, but we had lots of fun on this particular mod pack, and so. Hopefully next time we see you guys when you come on, we will be into our season 2 of the digital engineering server. So next mod pack we are looking at hosting on the server is actually one that's of our own creation. So we're actually building our own mod pack. I'm not going to spoil too much of it. Other than in a week or so, I hope that we will be launching it. So keep a lookout. We're gonna try and see if we can't get it in place and ready so that we can do a live run, do the first couple hours, that sort of thing, get it all recorded, and get it all streamed to you guys live as it happens for us. But we'll see. But yeah, so it's the last community night as we walk around and look at some of the contraptions in the rooms that we built. It's just nice to know that things work the way they're supposed to work, I guess. I'm really certain how to put that. And obviously the blaze cake machine is not making a bunch of blaze cakes right now, and that's because we don't have any eggs from our chicken. As soon as they make some eggs, we'll get some more. Just not going to be too terribly concerned about it right now. We've got plenty of blaze cakes in there right now. There's a whole stack of them in there. So, you know, if you were at all interested in that sort of thing, it looks like we're not even making lava at this point because there's no space for it. So there you go. We have a backlog of lava. So the create room turned out pretty well, if you ask my opinion. I think it turned out exactly how I wanted it. There's some, you know, if you wanted some chocolate bars, there's some chocolate bars to have. I suppose we could have done with a few more contraptions, but I mean, other than piping in some refined storage cables and hooking this up to the big storage system, I don't know too many more things that we can stick into this room. So that's going to leave our Saturday morning coffee a little kind of empty. I think we've hit the majority of the things that you would want to normally do for a create build anyways. So I mean, we have an example of a regular farm. There's a tree farm we already have built, seaweed farm, we have cactus farm, you have blaze cake farm, you have your lava farm. Excuse me. chocolate, milker. We have, I mean, there's a number of different farms in here. There's a giant clock. That was something you were interested in. And even an alternator. Hi, Daniel. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so we were just, this is the, happy birthday to you too, my friend. Was it your birthday? Yeah, sitting there poking around and just talking about, and so we're reaching the end of our Valhelsia mod pack series. So we're going to be starting our own new series, I think next week or maybe the week after. So there may be like a week lag between now and the next episodes. But so we are playing modded Valhelsia right now. We are actually going to be redoing the server, and we're moving to a different mod pack. It's not going to be Valhelsia. We've actually built our own mod pack that we will be starting. Sure, you can have a house tour. Let's see. Well, let's just start right up at the top. How about that? Give you a nice house tour. So this is, all right, come on. So when we started this area, we did mine colonies. So below us, you can see is our mine colony that we built. Yeah, sign I just stuck up there to mark 10,000 days on the server. A lot of build work going on. So in here was my very first. Sure. I don't see an issue with that. Let's see. You know what? I tell you what. We'll have fun with this. You got a Minecraft name you use? So what we have been doing signs. So this is our community board, right? So we have people that have been here. That's fine if it's long. If you just put it in the chat there, I'm going to pick it up. I will go over to our Britannia area and I will whip up a skull and put it in here for you. It's not a big deal. So let's see. We need a name tag. Do I not have a name tag in that system? Daniel Gaming Pork Chop. Got it. Copied. All right. Yep. So let's do this, right? Let's DG Pork Chop. I like it. It's a good name. Those are Grimwood signs, right? Yep, they're Grimwood signs. There we go. We'll put you right here. You prefer DG Pork Chop? I'm gonna get some bone meal. We'll color that up real quick. Yeah, so we've been doing Valhelsia for almost a year now. So to say we've done everything is probably an understatement now at this point. We've gone really deep into like mechanisms. Done a lot of different things over our time here. I'm trying to remember the name. There's the question. Just real quick. Where's So if you're interested in seeing what it looked like at the very beginning, Daniel, all of my streams are captured on YouTube. So if you do an exclamation YouTube, if I can actually type correctly, there you go. You can get a link to the channel, so you can go back and watch all of the. I think there's like close to 80 or 90 episodes in there, something like that. It's a fair plug of them. We built a number of really kind of interesting devices. Okay, I've got your information. Let's bugger over here. Do I have any? It'd be nice if I had some extra name tags. I do have some extra name tags. And I think the only other things we need for this. There we go. That's the thing we wanted. Golden apple, prisma crystals, and pixie dust. Okay. Do I have any? I do. I figure most people tend to, and even so I usually tell people kind of skip through a lot of it. There's some really cool parts. So we covered in here. So we've done things like we drained an entire ocean monument without killing the Elder Guardians. We kind of left them in place, pulled them out after we had drained all the water out of the place, and stuck them in a cobblestone little aquarium, so to speak. I'm trying to remember why we did that. Oh, because I was going to actually bury those underneath somebody's base and just stick them permanently with mining fatigue. It was supposed to be a whole practical joke that I just never got around to. Yep. Usually when they're fresh, they're more fun to watch. Yeah, so we're actually doing our own version. So the next mod pack is actually supposed to follow on the heels of this. I think we're trying for like this whole story arc, so to speak, of the world's been made over. It's less tech, more magic, in an effort to make some of the farms a little harder. This mod, so Valhelsia has like 240, 250-ish. The one that we're moving over to, has at this point 120. But we're planning on releasing updates to it like every 3 months. And so we're going to add a bunch more. So we did look at those. And I was going to we were going to use some of those moving forward. However, the problem is they tend to be, they weren't as stable as we wanted them to be. The nice thing about Valhelsia is it's been an extremely stable mod pack. I haven't run into too many things that like break the world or cause anything funny to happen. And so during some testing that we were doing, with some of the, like, All the Magic was one we looked at. There was another one, Tyraxian, we looked at. There's been a couple of, like, really magic-based ones that we were looking at. The problem is every time I would boot one of them up, and we would do a little quick play testing and whatnot, they crashed. They, like, died. I can make mods. I don't. I'm just. I typically. Was the digital engineering SMP mod that is out there now. I'm basically curating that one as it sits. I do have some resource packs and whatnot that I have been playing around with and putting together to make some alterations, but I haven't really sat down and wanted to write a mod just yet. I do a lot of software development in my real life work, and so coming home and doing that, sometimes it's not always fun. Oops, that back. Put this. Do I have an anvil in here? I do. You don't have to pay to join. We're happy to expand on the community. We're always looking for new people to come and join the community and come play with us. I used to do a lot of like old school MMOs back in the day, so heavy into World of Warcraft, that sort of thing. And so we always used to have a real large guild, and so I'm just used to playing with a lot of people, and that's kind of one of those things I've missed. So we've been trying to build our own little community here of creators and whatnot to play with. It is a server, but it's not a vanilla server. So unless you can play Java, where'd it go? Oh, I got it in my hand. Unless there's a way you can do Java somewhere, it makes it a little hard. All right. Pop through. Yeah, as well as the problem with most modded Minecraft though is it's Java based, and so that becomes a little bit of a pain. Oh good, there's an item glass frame. But I'm still happy to add you to our community wall. There you go. You are still on the community wall. We will be so I will be backing up this server, and we'll make a world download for this place once it's all done. Cool. So initially Minecraft was built on Java. The second version came when they were trying to support cross-platforming. And modded became when people decided that they wanted to start developing extra things for Minecraft. So this is my upstairs mansion area. I basically put a computer up here. I haven't really made my kitchen. That's been about it. I had a bedroom. In fact, this was the bedroom down here. There's the bed. But this room used to have... I had a big armor stand collection in here that had every armor in the game so far that I would actually worn. Some of it enchanted, some of it not. And then there was a patch put through by the mod pack producer that actually deleted all of my armor stands and all of my armor. I have not tried RL Craft. I did Sebtech 2 years ago. That was interesting. Colonizing different planets. I have not tried RL Craft yet, though. So in here was this used to be my big crafting area. And then I cleaned this all up a couple streams ago. And so this is my big inventory system / giant crafter room. And then this is my refined storage super crafter. And this takes a second always to load up. So this is all the recipes that I have programmed the system to make. So I don't have to craft it. I can just point at something and say, hey, make me 64 of those things, and then go away and let it do its thing. So this base is entirely my build. So this is all my design. We actually had, at one point, there was, I think, like 12, 14 people. It's actually easier to just go back over here. So the community wall here is basically, all of these are the builders that were on the server at one point. So, and everyone's got their own base. So this is my base, and this is after about a year's worth of playing and exploring all the various mods inside of the Valhelsia series. So Like this is our nuclear reactor room. So it's been slowing down as of recently. In fact, I haven't seen anybody on in about a month now. And that's mostly because I think everybody's getting prepped and ready for season 2 to start. So that's like my big power center. I play regularly. I'm on here often. And I think we got a couple of new people that are also going to be starting in season 2 that will be regular players as well. But that's the powerhouse. This is where so this used to be. Yeah, that kind of sucks. There's no mods on the console though. That's because so the consoles typically are Bedrock version, and Bedrock doesn't have an exposed API to allow people to integrate with them. And so this area was my bone meal farm. I grabbed a bunch of spawners from Twilight Forest, skeleton spawners, and stuck them up there. Yeah, I can imagine it is. It's probably one of the things that Java had over Bedrock was the ease of importing add-ons and whatnot. Here's my this is my antimatter making machine from Mechanism. Well, so that's the problem with Java editions too, right? So with Java, if you get too many mods, so there are mod packs out there like 300 mods in them, and you get too many mods, it'll crash the server, it'll crash your game. And it's just not fun to play because you're constantly lagging because there's just so much going on. Yep. Yeah, so this one has, I think, like 240, 250-ish last time I looked. The one that we're moving to has about 120. It's smaller, yes, but they're all custom picked mods that we're going to be using. That's the other thing that I find really annoying. Yes, in some cases. And that with mods that most people make, there's nothing against them. They just sometimes mod pack producers just don't know what people want, so they just kind of throw everything into a mod pack that are around the same theme, which is all fine and dandy. But then you end up with these mod packs that are, or like you have with add-ons that are just, there's a bunch of stuff that you don't use, and so why'd you even bother to put it in there? It's just a waste of time. This was my magic area in Valhelsia for a mod pack that's supposed to be a mix of tech and magic. There's more tech than there is magic in this mod pack. So this was the extent of my magic room. Yep. Yeah, so our next one that we're moving to is is a 1.18, so it's running on the latest version, and it has we're using Biomes Aplenty as our world generation mod. So there's like 80 or 90 different biomes that are coming into the world. We're busy trying to sort through and pick a map that we're happy with, the seed that we want to use. But it looks like it'll be really cool. And unlike this one, so we started this one, and I think it was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks in when I started streaming the Valhelsia server. So we had already started a little bit. So the next one, we're gonna literally start recording and streaming everything from day one. So yeah. I'm looking forward to the 1.18. The biome generation seems to be a little bit more stable there. So I was noticing less like partial biome generations, which is kind of nice. So these rooms here are our they're my mob duplicators. So we have industrial foregoing, and industrial foregoing allows you to capture a mob and then stick it in these machines called mob duplicators, which are down here underneath the floor. These things, and so they let you duplicate whatever that mob is. Yeah, that was the other thing, was we wanted to, so that's the other reason why we're curating our own mod pack, is because the 1.18s, a lot of those mods are still in like alpha or beta phase, so they're really kind of buggy, and we wanted to introduce more as we went along. These are our boss room spawners. So, you know, and the big mob spawn rooms. Yeah, go away. There we go. Had to put separate kill switches in for every one of them. This guy is just cool to watch. We'll get him to spawn up. Big redstone golem. It was introduced in... So this guy is introduced in here. No, I don't have an End Dragon XP farm. I gotta go respawn the End Dragon, but that was on the list of things to try out, and I just never got around to it. And I'm not even certain if you can relocate the End Dragon without him blowing up. We do have over here, and I don't think I actually have, I think I'm out, but this was my Nether Star generator. Yeah, I'm out of skulls. As an end to the series, so we've been working on a couple of... Here's my fun little bone dragon, or bone lizard. So cute. The end of the series... Hey, dude. You're not supposed to be back there. That area is off limits. You can get hurt. Wrong light switch. There we go. Yep, there we go. Mob spawns. Well, you know, you're always welcome to come hang out anytime, and we can get you into the yeah, I gotta put a link up there. So but that's about the extent, other than the teleport room, which, you know, we walked through. I don't use realms, no. I had thought to try out realms. I just haven't messed with it much. You want to see something really cool? I'll take you over here. This place is just... So this is one of the guys in the community. Maybe we'll look into doing realms for the server. Might make it easier for some people. So this is probably the biggest base. And this is a really large scale mine colony build. And this one was done by one of our guys. His name was Bazinga, and he had a partner based up with him, Astria. Yeah, it's huge, right? I can't even get it all to load. It's that big. So we just take a slow crawl through the area. It's a really impressive build. He put a lot of work into this. Several months went into a lot of this. Yeah, and I don't think he's I don't know where he's at in this. I haven't seen him in a while. So I don't know how far he's gotten, if he's done, if there's still more to come, or anything else. But as prolific as this is, right? So this is huge. This guy is just nuts. Let's see. I think he's got a... Is it over here? Oh, come on. Oh, I know where he stuck it at. Trying to remember. Yeah, this was a huge thing. I typically tend to burrow underground like a freaking mole. Oh, come on, seriously? All right, we'll go this way. So there it is. This is his other project that he was working on and building. And so this was built underground. And I know he's not done with this one. He had just gotten started working on this one. Yeah, it's in some cases it's easier. I think I like exteriors up to a point. Oh good, I can just fly straight up. Now, interesting enough, he did build an exterior to this underground base. And I thought that was a wild. He was going for a dwarven hold style build. Last time I talked to him about this. But he's like, it's not done yet. I don't know when he's ever going to get around to getting it done. Yeah. Well, and in my base, let's see if we can get back over to where I'm at. So that's what with mine colonies. So a lot of these buildings that you see here are actually put in as part of a mod called mine colonies. And so they're you actually hire little NPCs to run around and build some of this. You just have to supply them with the materials. So this down here, it's just time. We didn't have to build a lot of that. This over here. No, we didn't have a starter house mod in this, so everybody kind of had to build their own things. I remember when initially we started out this place, there was a little hole right about there that went into a little narrow tunnel, and that was what started this place out. And then I came up, hollowed out top of that mountain. I built, so this is my little mansion, my little house. No, there's no morph mod in this one. My nether worked wood block. Now go away. Another really interesting place to look at. Yeah, so those are added in by a mod. What's this one? Oh, Macaw's Roofs do these ones. So I liked them. I like the look of it, and I decided I wanted to... Usually I do like castles and whatnot when I build something. And so I decided I was going to do something a little bit more modern. And so I built my little mansion here, and it was a little bit more of a modern take on things. So a lot of glass, a lot of white, a lot of angled surfaces. Yep. It was kind of what I had gone for. And this whole downstairs used to have like wall to wall. If you go back and watch some of the earlier videos, you'll see all of the armor stands I had in here. I was trying to collect them all, and I haven't been in, since they were deleted, I haven't been in the mood to rebuild them back again. the other big project that I personally had in stock and doing, I don't know. So this is Britannia. So this is my Britannia Castle. And so this was an island we actually ripped out of the overworld, and I've translocated into this biome, into this dimension called Blue Skies. So it literally ripped a chunk of land out and it moved it across the dimension. A little fish pond. So I think, and I wouldn't quote me on it, but as long as you have a Minecraft account, there's a lot of fairly cheap ways that you can get into Java, because Java will run on a lot of different systems. So you should be able to, I don't know, you should have to get a full computer if you want. Oh, I think so. The thing that I've enjoyed about the community, okay, so you think I can build, right? So you've seen Bazinga's place. Let's do this, right? So here's another member of the server, Zoda. So these are things Zoda likes to build. Zoda can build. And compared to, I can't keep up with what Zoda puts together, and a lot of this stuff is done freehand. He just kind of gets out there and whips it together. So like there's his Britannia area. It's a nice little cluster place. No, we don't laugh at anybody's build. We actually enjoy everybody who joins as part of the community. Here, I give you, where's, I think, it's magenta, blue, I think he's light, yep. Here's a member. This is all he's built. That's it. That was his build. So it's a very simple house, and he came in and put it in there, and he was happy with it. That's all we really care about, is people coming in and doing things and being happy with. Nah, I wouldn't say it's bad. And sure, if you send me a link, I will absolutely go take a look at it. I always find it's interesting, enjoy seeing how people do things. It's always a neat interaction to see how different people solve different go about doing things. Like here's Katoa's area, right? So Katoa is going to be one of those. He'll be streaming a lot more. So this is a world generated structure. Yeah, you should be able to post a link in the chat. If it barks at you, I will apologize, and then I will go and fix that. But you should be able to post a link in the chat. This is pretty much all Katoa's built, and he's gone deep underground. I think this is supposed to be like a target for his. And it was actually kind of funny because right over here is the entrance to his ejection system. So we built him a TNT ejector. And I think we blew this area up about 5 or 6 times. Something like that. Maybe more. I don't know. We spent a good 2 hours at it just blowing each other up. It's pretty funny. So this is Katoa's base for what little bit there is. I expect to see more of him in the next season. He kind of showed up late and then got busy with some other things that he was doing. But I expect he'll be around a little bit more next season. But no, there's I don't think nobody laughs at anybody's builds. They're all cool builds. no matter what it is that you put together, it's all neat and interesting. But generally find them fascinating. You having problems posting in the chat? Okay. Let me see. Interesting. Huh. Well, why won't it let me fix that? Interesting. It won't let me actually stick. Allow you to do that. All right. Tell you what. Give me 1 second. I can fix this. All right, there we go. And then I should be able to do that. Aha. Okay, so there's a link to our Discord server. If you want, you're welcome to go pop in there and drop your link in there. Just rude of the chat system to block you like that. There it is. So these are really fantastic rooms, built by Zodicus. And these things are just super cool to look at. I don't even have Discord. All right. Tell you what, do you have a channel name in YouTube? If you do, just put the channel name up there. I'll go find it that way. I refuse to laugh at anybody's build. I think they're all cool. I don't know why that door is open. But yeah, some of these rooms, so give you an idea. This is my idea of a well-decorated room. Okay. Daniel Gaming Pork Chop, huh? Let's see if we can. Well, it can't be that bad, my friend. And the room that you're looking at is the... Okay. So this is all of the back-end machinery necessary to support that the rooms upstairs, right? So this is our Wellness and Success Center. So like this is a big experience fountain. This is just fun. Here you go. This is the lag machine. It's just going to lag the computer. But the sole purpose of this machine was to be able to have it so that people can come in here and hit a button and go from 0 to 60 something in one button push. So there you go. 63 levels with one button push. And we did that because I felt the Ender Farm was... So we actually have an Enderman Farm, but I always felt like Enderman Farms are too slow and require too much work. And so it's nice to be able to just push a button and there you go. You're cap level, or not really cap level, but you have a bunch of levels that you can tuck underneath your belt. This is our recycling center over here. So in this box, you can throw in stuff that you would like to have recycled. So let's see if I got anything in here. These are always just fun to look at. Do I have any gold? There we go. There is a pair of gold pants with enchanting on it. And so what's fun with the recycling center is you can go like end farming if you wanted to. You know, all that extra armor stuff that most people kind of like pick up, don't use, do use, whatever. So this room gives us a reason to pick it up. So if you watch that far corner, so there comes the book. Yes, it's very steampunk-ish. And then there comes the gold. And so the recycle room here actually takes and breaks down whatever you stick in and then gives you the resulting mass. So if you're out and about, you can go and pick up, like, so there's enough material that came back from making those pants that I can remake those pants if I really wanted that. But yeah, super cool, super useful. And powered by those machines downstairs. Of course, there's the Enchanting Room, kind of classic, whatever. Nothing super exciting. And then over here is our various potion brewing systems. So you could take potions. This thing keeps a fairly constant stock of them. And if you were going to go do like a big water, you need to go underwater for an awful lot. No, there's Valhelsia does not have the loot bags mod in here. Unfortunately. So no, that doesn't have it here. I'd contemplated putting it in the Season 2 mod pack. But there's some bugs with the 1.18 version right now, and so I had to opt not to put it in, but we're keeping an eye on it. We may add it in a future update. But like, this is the automated potion brewing room, so it makes various odd potions from fire resistance to lava visions and luck. Yeah, I would imagine it would make for some real interesting behavior sets. Game changer wise, having Industrial 4 going is actually a fairly big game changer on its own right. Being able to just capture any mob that you want and then just farm him ad nauseum. That's fairly spectacularly game changing. So this is the outside of the Wellness and Success Center. They're fun to have. It's definitely, I don't know. There's some things about Bedrock I think that would be more interesting. I'm a big like technical redstoner kind of guy. So like this building was almost entirely built by hand by Zodicus. Like this is all his own designs. Yeah, there's different wings in here. It's split into four wings. And they're on the cardinal directions. Last weekend, so we put bridges in here. This is so much fun to watch. So there's actually a door opening button. So you can push the button, and at the far end, you can see the door opens up down at the other side. So that's very satisfying to watch. So yeah, it's just fun. But so we put in this train track system last week, and so this. I think this is probably the last bit of everything that will get done on the server before we end the season out. And so this is the big central rail hub. Yes, Mama Jumbo does some really interesting redstone stuff. I think it's pretty neat. I myself do an awful lot of redstoning. I'm nowhere near at Mumbo's level, but I do enjoy the redstone work. I typically tend to be the more technical guy on the server, so like the whole machine room underneath the Wellness and Success Center, I put that together. I do an awful lot of mod pack integration work. So I mix like different mods together to produce a specific effect. I don't like one block solutions. Command blocks are interesting. I tried to avoid command blocks where possible because I feel like they're just like a one block solution, and I don't like one block solutions. I think it's cooler to do multiple things tied together. Good example of that. We'll fly back over here real quick. So like here's a good example. So we needed 4-leaf clovers for one of our potions that we were brewing up there. So in order to get 4-leaf clovers, those are really good points for those. I would, if I was at a limited point where I couldn't do things like ore respawning and whatnot, yes, I would absolutely make use of that. But the way in this mod pack you can get more 4-leaf clovers is you have to cook 4-leaf clover with this mimic carnation. And so this is basically some redstone bits here. So this is a Britannia clock hooked up to a redstone powered circuit that basically locks and unlocks hoppers that are constantly filled with items to be crafted in there, and then feeds back into the system, and it makes all the 4-leaf clovers that we need for our potion brewers. But like there's 1, 2, 3, I don't know, about 5 or 6 different mods in this one room. Yeah, transfer pipes are like super helpful. I've been trying to find one that's nice and safe for 1.18. I haven't seen a whole lot that does it either. So I kind of resigned myself to using water evaders and now, yeah, water evaders for most things and hoppers. Feel like this one. Right. The witch yeeter. It's just fun to watch them get slammed into the wall. Pretty much. Well, so these rooms over here are a bunch of spawners, and literally all that's occurring here is that skeletons and various other things are spawning just to die to make experience, to feed our experience generator machine upstairs. We have 2 of them that do just that. Yes, it is for a greater cause. It is for the safety and well-being of all of our community members that play on the server. But yeah, we're happy to have people coming. No, it's all good. English is... I'm over here in the America, and I use English all the time. English was not my first language. My first language was actually Spanish, so you're fine. I should say Puerto Rican. It's all good. That's Bazinga's. Trying to remember. Oh, that's Shale's place. Here's Kara's place. So here's another member who was doing a mine colony. This place is just... They decided they were going to build theirs in and around the jungle. So this one's just fun to look at. Lots of pathways. And so I know that they had to build in a lot of these connector paths by hand. And it looks really interesting on the map. So like you can see there's a definite like road structure. It's kind of cool. Yeah, these are... Oh, you want to see a treehouse. This is why I said, you know, that nobody's going to... We don't laugh at anybody's build when it comes to Minecraft, because it's just rude. Try to find my way through here. I get so turned around and lost at these places. You know what? We'll take the short way home. I'll do it this way. Oh, the people I play with are far better builders than I ever can hope to be. So there's nothing to feel ashamed about. And I can't tell you how many times I have taken this place apart and put it back together, trying to get it to a certain way, and it's still not good. Astrid is Italian. There we go. All right, treehouse. This treehouse actually has a pretty funny story. So these are trees from the Twilight Forest, and it's supposed to look like this, right? There are dimensions, yes. So this is from like the Twilight Forest dimension. The new mod pack that we're doing, Digital Engineering SMP mod pack, actually has RF tools dimensions, so you can create your own dimensions. So that should prove to be fun and interesting thing for people to do. So people can create a dimension for like farms if they wanted to. I would, except there's no 1.18, so the mod pack for the portal gun does not support 1.18 just yet, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would, because portal guns are fun. Let's see, I think this is the Make It Daylight spell. Make it daylight spell. So here's a treehouse for you. So this treehouse has actually got a pretty funny story. He put a lava generator in the top of a wooden tree and then set the whole thing on fire. That's a good question. There's a lot of mods that are really interesting that I would like to have for 1.18. Off the first one off, I'd like to see Britannia in 1.18. Mostly because one of our members of the server is a little sad because it's not available in 1.18, and that happens to be their favorite mod pack. I have used a lot of different mod packs over the years. I don't know that I particularly have a favorite. I'm a redstoner, so I just like mixing and matching. So the more mods I have that I can string together to do something really interesting with, that's kind of what makes me happy. So I'm more of a technical guy, and I like building farms. Oh, speaking of farms, I like this one. This was fun. Let's get over here. Wireless redstone would be cool. If you play with Create, I don't know why I came back here. Here we go. This is a fun place. So if you play with Create, Create actually gives you the ability to do wireless redstone. So like this right here, this redstone link, that's exactly what this is. This is a redstone sender, and it corresponds to a redstone receiver bit that's right up here. Where's that? Here it is. So every time you hit that redstone link down there catches the signal, it repeats it up here. So technically I have wireless redstone with the Create mod pack here. So it lets you do things like, you know, set off a TNT remotely. So that's just a simple TNT duplicator. And our mob farm. Or not mob farm, iron farm. So this is our iron farm, our iron works place. So this starts up here at the very top. We used a very simple villager mob system. So once we turn it on, and I think the villagers are going to have to sleep. No. So interesting enough, there's this ender hopper down here, which is picking up in the 5x5 area. It's actually 5x5x5 above it. And so when the iron golems die, they drop their stuff. It's a near instantaneous pickup at the ender hopper. So it actually picks it up faster than what the next TNT can blow it up. It's just not very efficient. Let me guess. Yeah. All right. Hang on a second. I got to cycle the daytime. Because the villagers upstairs have to go to sleep. It's the only problem I don't like about this iron farm. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool, fun things that you can do with this. All right, spawn, you lazy lugs. So this is the shrink machine. This one's fun because the iron golems fall down, and then they get batted into this red laser. And don't step into the red laser; it will kill you. Well, that one's not doing anything. They're just not gone to bed yet. Okay, they've gone to bed. Did I turn the thing off? I feel like I turned the system off. So I can die? Yeah, I don't have a bed around here. Give it 2 seconds. The iron golems will do all the demonstrations that we need. As soon as they start coming. But so yeah, so there's this is an iron. This is a iron golem killing chamber. So that one uses TNT to kill them. I made a frying pan. So this is my idea of a frying pan. There you go. And so this one slow cooks the iron golems. It takes it a minute for it to get started, actually, because it's based on villagers, and so there's this whole. We actually have to wait for the villagers to spawn the iron golems, which means we have to wait for them to get scared. And it looks like we're actually missing some villagers on this side. That's a problem. I think there goes an iron golem. So, here you go. You want your demonstration? Here's your demonstration. it's an instant kill. That's interesting. So it looks like some of our villagers are missing. We'll have to put some back. Yeah, it's that took me a little bit to get the timing just right for that to line up to kill them appropriately. This one over here is usually everybody's favorite, but it doesn't have much in the way of iron golems. Are we missing more villagers? No, we got villagers. Yeah, definitely take your time. So none of the I tend to upload the streams unedited, so you can watch the whole bunch of craziness that we get into, every last bit of it. Excuse me, sir. No, sorry, you can't be here. Yeah, there you go. There's the frying pan in action. So he's, we slow roast our iron golems. This one tends to be everybody's favorite. That's the blender. So we're hoping to actually get a much longer play out of it and end up with a much bigger map out of it. Watch this guy bounce around inside the blender. Mostly because so we're tracking a bunch of different mods that we still want to add into the mod pack. We have a number of them to start with. And so the hope is like every 3 months we plan to introduce new mods into the mod pack. And get a much longer playtime out of them. I don't know. That would be interesting. I don't actually have a good answer for that one. This world that we're in is on a it's got a world border in it to limit. Look at them. Let's turn that off. So we got a world border in here that unfortunately limits the size of this particular world. But with so few of us playing, it was never a really big deal. The next one, we're going to start with the small world border, but we're doing it so we can expand it as necessary. And we're just going to see how long it can go and how big it gets. So it'll be interesting. There used to be, so I think if I had my druthers about a mod pack I would add, that would be one that I would add. Was there is a mod pack that you can get, or mod that you can get called Fire and Ice, which is like heavily steeped in dragons. And not like the little dinky whatever roar dragons. We're talking like they did a huge monstrous dragons, and you can actually ride on them to fly around. If you get a chance, you should absolutely go look up Fire and Ice and look at the size. These dragons are like monstrous. They are world altering size. Like these things will absolutely just carve out chunks of land if you really wanted them to. Yeah, the mod pack is huge for it. I think in that would be the only thing I would like to see in 1.18 would be Fire and Ice. Just because it was so much fun getting one of those little dragons and then raising it all the way up. Yeah, I would like dinosaurs. I haven't seen an actual dinosaur mod pack, unfortunately. It's just not been one of those things that I've seen. World and is this the Enderman Farm? Yeah, there's our old classic Enderman Farm. I haven't had to use this thing in so long. Is Toby still up here? Looks like Toby's still up here. Yep. So we put Vein Miner in that one. I like. So I actually like backpack mods. I think they're good. I think my favorite mods though are going to be ones that do. That allow you to do some really customized things. So here's a good example. Let's go back over here. It's a nice quiet area over here. So one and this one doesn't have a 1.18. I think it would be fun to have it as a 1.18. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. So this is this gun is part of the Psy mod pack. It's called PSY, or PSI, excuse me. And I use this one almost extensively. This mod pack to drain the ocean monument when we were building it. So this allows you to do create custom spells. So we can do things like make light, very simple. So you can, use that all the time. So there's a little light source block. But where you can have fun with this thing is you can do things like here's move block. You can actually make it interact with the world and make changes to the world. So like there's a block you can just move around without having to actually touch it. And that's a spell. No, this is not a spell. Well, it's a spell-ish mod. So this one deals with vectors and then applying a trick to the vector. So you can chain tricks. And so you can do some really interesting things with it. I think I stuck my spell. Yeah. So we'll put this over here real quick. Swap. There's the move block spell. So like that spell that we were using to move that block around. I would consider adding SCP mods. Yes. If there was a 1.18 variant, I would absolutely, just because I think that would make for it would be fun to listen to one of the members, Katoa. We give him a hard time about it, but he's actually really fun to listen to because when he gets excited or scared, he screams. And it's just fun to make him scream. And so I would absolutely add SCP mobs into here just to listen to him scream. That's mean to me. I know, but absolutely something I would do. But so like this right here allows you to create spells, customized spells. So like you can design the whole spell effect. Mana and Artifice has something very similar, but it's not quite as detailed. So I like this mod because it allows you to do some really more functional things that are not necessarily found in most mods. So I was really impressed with that mod. And if there was a 1.18 variant, I would absolutely throw that one in there, but there's not. But we use this gun as our primary means for... where is it at? This right here. We use it as our primary means for emptying out this ocean monument here. So there's not... So the most practical spell is the one that you create in Psi. I have all different kinds of spells that I have made. So this one was a rocket. So if you were using... basically, this one just moves you forward a short distance. So if you had like an elytra, this would would replace the needs for having to actually make gunpowder and make little rockets to fly around with. It's a useful spell. Make It Rain is fun. This one launches all enemies around you straight up into the air and then lets them fall down. So they take fall damage and die. Lightning is exactly what it sounds like. It summons lightning at a block and just zaps something with lightning. So if you want to make charge creepers, you could. Each one of these has a specific use, and they're useful for that sort of thing. One greater than the other? Not really. They're all useful for their specific use case. So it's a little hard to say, this is the best spell for you. And that's the problem with that mod is there's so much of, that's a really useful thing, that's a really useful thing. There's not a one size fits everything. This is the best spell there is. We used a half a dozen different spells in the making of this place, or at least clearing it out anyways. Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping in. We enjoyed having you come visit. We do a bit. Friday evenings are usually community nights, and then we do a little build and whatnot on Saturdays. So I think tomorrow we're going to put in we're going to build a train for our Wellness and Success Center. And then I think it's pretty much at that. We're just going to look at anything else that we want to touch up and then put the finishing touches on it. We're looking to start the new series coming up very shortly. So keep an eye out, come back, absolutely stick in anytime you want. And whenever you're ready or you want to, you're welcome to come and join us. We would be happy to have you along. So take care of yourself, Daniel. DG pork chops. Right? Yeah. Just gonna call you DG. But I think that also brings us to the end of our community night. So we'll see everybody for Saturday morning coffee. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening. Take care. Be safe. We look forward to talking with you all again. Have a good night.